There is one player that does not get enough recognition for the Washington Commanders, and he's actually going to be one of the more important pieces for the running game this season. Let's talk about it. I'm Josh Taylor with A to Z Sports Washington. If there's one thing I learned from the Monday night preseason game against the Bengals, I'm not worried about the score or anything else. It's that first quarter of offense that lit up the highlights, and it was led by one man. I'm not talking about the running back or even Jayden Daniels, but tight end John Bates literally led the way on three of the biggest runs of the night. Now with John Bates, if you check the stats, you're not going to see some electric tight end who's going down the field, who has this refined route running, but he does have strong hands, and even though he's not used as much in the passing game, he is such an important piece in the running game, especially this season. Now, this past offseason, Bates was given a 3-year, $21 million extension. And everyone's like, whoa, that's a pretty big contract. They must have really wanted Bates around. And the truth is, there was a lot of teams who were ready to pay John Bates in free agency, and it is vastly because he is one of the best blocking tight ends in the league. Now, it started when Debo got that jet sweep for a big gain on his first carry as a Commander. John Bates was paving the way. He was setting the edge and opening up the hole. And then sure enough, Chris Rodriguez had a 40-yard gain up the middle where Bates had a wham block, and Chris Rodriguez executed it perfectly, showed his vision, and got the big gain. And of course, Bill Krosky-Merritt got his first career touchdown with Washington. And I mean, this was one of the more impressive blocks I've seen in a long time. John Bates blocking two linebackers at the same time. I've never seen it before, honestly. And Bill ran it up on the outside to the right and took it to the house. It just felt like it was the turning of a new page for the running game for Washington. With so much going on, with the rumors of Brian Robinson Jr. being traded, or at least the team moving on from the former third-round pick, a lot of questions are going to be, what does this running back room look like? Who's going to get the bulk of the carries? And to be honest with you, at this point, I don't think it matters as long as they're running behind John Bates leading the way. Now, of course, there's a lot of moving pieces up front, and I'll talk about the tight end room in a second as well. But you add Laramie Tunsil, you have Josh Connolly Jr., and you're moving Brandon Coleman inside. Wiley's probably going to play right guard. There's just a lot of new pieces on the offensive line. And I think having a blocking tight end goes unnoticed a lot in this league. You're looking for the George Kittles that can go downfield and catch passes, and the Travis Kelce's and those flashy tight ends. And of course, that's nice, but you also need to be able to block. And that's one thing you see a lot of these prospects coming out of college. They have great hands. They can catch the ball. They can run all the routes. But if you can't block in the NFL, you're not going to be on the field as much as you should be. And we've seen it a lot last season with John Bates playing inside, being that blocking guy on the outside. And I think you're going to see more of that this season. Cliff knows that he can run the ball finally this season with a better offensive line, but then also with John Bates over there. If you look at the right side of the line, Josh Connolly Jr. is an elite run blocker already in the league. Now, Tunsil's known for his pass protection. He's not the best run blocker, but he's still a top left tackle in the league. But on that right side, Connolly can move out in space, and so can Bates. And they're going to open up gigantic holes for the running game, whether it's Chris Rodriguez, whether it's Bill Krosky-Merritt, or Jayden Daniels himself. So you have Zach Ertz. He's going to be that receiving guy for you, outproduce what we expected last year. I think he's going to do it again this year because him and Daniels have such a great connection. But then you have Ben Sinnott also in the background developing as a tight end where he can take over for Zach Ertz when he retires, possibly after this season. But John Bates is showing what his role is. Of course, I would love for him to be used, whether it's in the red zone or the short yardage situations, because he does have strong hands. But you know he's going to be a reliable blocker for you no matter which way you lined him up on the left side or the right side. John Bates is going to lead the way. And he's showing you that he was worth that 3-year, $21 million extension. And every block that he lays out for whoever's running the ball is going to be well worth every penny spent on the tight end.